G'day everyone, welcome to another M11 sealed Swiss pre-release video. After yesterday I realised I quite like this, and the last time I did a second pre-release I ended up cracking a Jace, so I was feeling pretty good this time. Wow. Grave Titan's pretty good. There's Day of Judgment in there. Chandra's Outrage, a lot of red stuff. Let's see what our rares are. So we've got Foil Obstinate Baloth, very sweet. So we've got Royal Assassin Grave Titan, so we've got 2 bombs there. Looking at the rest of the color, looking at the rest of the stuff that I can just see right off the top. Unfortunately, Traumatize is rather bleh. Day of Judgment's alright, it depends on how good the rest of our white is. Dual land, whatever. Let's go back to sorting by colour. So, we would definitely want to play the Grave Titan, we definitely want to play the Corrupt, the Royal Assassin as well. Doomblade, Gravedigger's pretty good to get the Grave Titan back. Deathmark's a definite sideboard card. Got some low curves and Assassinate. Silent Blood's always good. Diabolic Tutor to get the Grave Titan seems pretty solid. Wow, look at that. 3 mana leaks in my blue. Unfortunately, the rest of the blue... Okay, it seems solid because I've got 3 mana leaks. Got a Call to Mind to get the mana leaks back, or whatever else I want to pair it up with. Traumatize, which is not very good in this format, because unless I've got an Erasure, but if I had like a Tome Scare or whatever, I could possibly see that working. Air Servant is definitely really solid. This format is all about the flyers. Aether Adept, 4C, so there's definitely some playable cards there, but I think it's going to come down to what the other colours can offer. Now, I played green. I played red black yesterday, so I guess I know how that works currently. Unfortunately, I have nothing insane to get with my Hoarding Dragon. Stone Golem, again, like yesterday, was really good. Gargoyle Sentinel is a very solid defender. Let's check in all the good. Lot of 4-drops this time, as opposed to what I had yesterday, which was no 4-drops. Unfortunately, I don't have the sick combos and that I had yesterday with the Active Treasons and the Bloodthrone Vampires, but I still have Fling, which is always going to be interesting because I just go Grave Titan Fling. Definitely a lot more red than previously. So definitely offers me a lot of 4-drops. I'm just wondering if that's going to be good enough. I definitely want to be playing the Grave Titan, because the Grave Titan is just absolutely insane. Going to be wanting to play the Gargoyle Sentinel and probably the Stone Golem regardless. Let's have a look. So, Sylvan Ranger, Cultivate, sort of indicates to me I could probably play a 3-color build rather easily if I wanted to play my green. My green's pretty solid. Again, the aforementioned Mana Fixing, Foil Obstinate Baloth, Garruk's Companion, Cudgel Troll. I've got a Plummet to deal with any Baneslayers, and then I've got some fatties. Whether or not I want to move for all in on that, still deciding. We can basically discount our white. I mean, while we have a Day of Judgment and a Pacifism, that's all that really offers, besides 1 or 2 solid 4-drops. Beyond that, not much. Our blue's much the same way. I mean, if we really wanted to play a controlling build, we could just go Mana Leaks and just go nuts with those. So I think there's definitely a couple of options we could build here. Wow, some people are really quick with their deck building. But I guess that's either an indication of a really good pool or a really bad pool. Whereas here we've got a whole bunch of choices to make. I don't even think we played the Shade yesterday. The Shade was alright yesterday. So we've got all this solid black cards. Royal Assassin is just nuts. With some okay removal, and then one of the best bombs in the set. Besides, I'd probably say Inferno Titan is probably better in sealed, just because it does remove a lot of guys first. So let's have a look at what our curve looks like. We put all the green in. So 24, we can cut a card. I think there's always going to be a plummet target, no matter what happens. I think it just comes down to just cutting that last card. And I think probably the Stone Golem loses out in that situation, because he just a 5 mana 4/4. Although what we could probably look at a splash with the Sylvan Rangers and the Cultivates. Not really sure you can splash Hoarding Dragon, Change's Outrage, all that sort of stuff. But there's nothing really in the other colours that I want to sort of splash for. I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably play something like Green-Red, Splash, Grave Titan, and some removal, but it just seems a bit wonky to me. I think what's going to come down to just personal preference. The 3 Volcanic Strength, if I come up against a guy with Mountains, they're definitely going to be coming in, because of the strength of the removal in this format. You can sort of rely on having a Volcanic Strength stick around for 1 or 2 good solid hits before binding the dust. I definitely want to try and get the Fling in here, because I've got a whole bunch of fatties, Gravedigger, and I can grab a Disentomb if I want. Active Trees and Fling, again, also good. The hasty guys really help with the aggression. Let's see if I can't come up with a decent 3-color build here. A lot of people have been asking about Manic Vandal. Again, Manic Vandal is really, really good. In fact, I might even, if I'm playing red, I might main deck it now. Just because you've got to have a way to answer things like Whisper Silk Cloak, which basically is one of those cards that just slams the drafts. Slams any sealed game, I mean, because it is just so strong. I mean, I don't want to play the green just for the fixing. We've also got, if we choose to keep with the green, we've also got things like Prize Unicorn, Nature's Spiral. A red offers a Pyroclasm if we're desperate for it. Active Trees and Assassinates. Pretty cruel trick if we wanted to go down that route. I don't think Corrupt in this pool is that great. I mean, on most I'm going to have maybe 2 or 3 out. I mean, it's still going to be, even with 3 swamps, it's still going to be a 6 mana shoot something for 3, gain 3, which I guess is good enough to make the cut. But if I choose to go with the green and cultivate and Sylvan Ranger up, I can get a whole lot of swamps in play to really power up the Corrupt. But if I want to try the 3-color build, it's probably not going to be good enough. Just looking at this, I really can't see myself, like, having the Canyon Minotaurs and that is good and all, and the hasty guys, but I think having the ramp to ramp up to things like Grave Titan, having a more consistently big corrupt, getting the Basilisk on the table with and the Spine Worms as a solid fatty, is going to be really good. Deathmark in the board will definitely help, and then if I really have to, side out or whatever, I'm going to side into, splashing red for Pyroclasm. Yeah. And that one thing to note is I've got to naturalize, and I've also got to naturalize. So, no, don't want to cultivate. Cut the active treason. Really, all our green. Wow, nearly every green card is playable in the right situation. Got a lot of hate for the thing. I definitely want to try and get that main decked, but currently, these are going to have to hedge our bets. Cut the Stone Golem. So what do we got here? No colour. Okay, even parts. I'm gonna probably say 9-8. Yep, 9-8, which I think is fine enough. I mean, we still want to hit our mana early, and we can always fix. 17 is, I think, fine. We're going to be thinning our deck and shooting up Grave Titan rather consistently. So, I think, yep, I'll leave it like this. And I think we're going to play this game one, and then if we don't like it, we can always change it later on.